Jesus said to his mother, "Woman, this is your son," and to the disciple, "This is your mother." Today we celebrate the feast of Our Lady of Gaudalupe. What an amazing feast day. Our Lady of Gaudalupe, in the 1500s, when this young Diego was traveling from one place to another, and the Blessed Mother stopped him on the top of Tepeyac Hill and said, "I want you to go to the bishop and have a church built for me." Well, when he went to the bishop, I know what I would have said. "Really? Why don't you come back another time?" Which is pretty much what the bishop said. With all due diligence, we can't build a church every time somebody tells us that the Blessed Mother wants us to do that. And so, could you bring back a sign? So one day he even skipped that way because he had to go and get the priest for his uncle who was dying. I had no idea until we watched a video on the 8 wonders of the apparition of this painting on the tilma from Juan Diego, that indeed, how many wonderful, wonderful things occurred at the same time. So Our Lady said, "Well, take these roses back to the bishop." And when he took them back and opened up this tilma, this poncho, not only did roses fall out, and roses do not grow in Mexico in the wintertime, do not grow. On top of which, the bishop, who was from Spain, was totally speechless because these were Castilian roses. These were roses from his particular part of Spain. No way could they have even been grown or that he would have known it. Even more miraculous was when they dropped down, the bishop saw this image of Our Lady of Gaudalupe. He was wearing a tilma that was made out of a cactus plant. They said if you were totally lucky, it lasted you 7 years, and then it was in total rags. Probably about 5 years. It's now been over 500 years, and everything is as bright. No one has ever figured out how it's been painted. There are no brush strokes. There's no underlying sketch of what this would look like. The stars on Our Lady's mantle is what the stars were like at the evening of the appearance. The moon under her foot was the crescent moon, which is what it would have been on December the 12th of that year. And they say at a distance it looks like an Aztec princess. When you got close, it looks like the Jewish young woman that she was. And so it was so important because what she said was, "I am your mother. What else do you want? Why do you fear?" And by appearing both as an Aztec princess, she appealed to the native peoples, and by being recognized as a Jewish maiden, then she also appeared to the traditional quote-unquote Catholics, the Spaniards. And there was terrible brutality between them. But also, the Indians had offered sacrifices to their gods. 80,000 people were sacrificed every year to their gods. Can't even imagine the number. And so, by Our Lady appearing both as an Aztec, she converted through 8 million people. 8 million Native Americans that came to know her as their mother. And so what a beautiful reality. Jesus said to his mother, "Woman, this is your son." And said to the disciple, "This is your mother." And that's what she said to Juan Diego, "I am your mother. What else do you need?" And so we so rejoice that indeed that Our Lady of Gaudalupe is a patroness for Americas, and that she had such influence that she touched people's hearts to bring them to Christ. And certainly we pray to her intercession that she continue to do so, that she continue to touch people's lives and let us know indeed that she is our mother. And from the third nocturne, from vigils on the Feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe. Rejoice, O Virgin Mary, for you have borne the Creator of the world. From you came forth our Savior.